Hello folks, in the previous episode we got to unlock the Blood Mage class, and today we will be playing a Demon Blood Mage with these attributes right here. When you play a Blood Mage you have to be very careful because they tend to harm themselves a lot, and the only way to get back this health is by draining life points from your enemies, and that's impossible to do if your enemies are undead and otherwise immune to drain. So with that in mind you have to be careful and rely on your race as well to deal with these threats. Let's start by getting the corrupt perk. That will give us a quite high dark damage for start. And Demon Blood Mage will give you lots of dark damage, but won't indicate much your major weakness as a Blood Mage, which is the undead, of course. Let's use the blood letting. And the way you power your blood magic is by offering blood. You spend the amount of hit points mentioned, and you gain blood shards equal to this amount divided by 2, and it's a rounded up value. So you offer 3, you get 2. You offer 4, you get 2. You offer 5, you get 3, and so on. So let's use bloodletting. This will power up our dark fire, but I will first use the bloodstone orb on this guy here. And now with 4 blood shards, dark fire deals 4 to 8 dark damage, but if your blood surge is higher or equal to 3, the action gains drain 2. And it also has a drain 4 from the active synergy. So a drain of 6. This means it will deal to a living target 10 to 14 dark damage, and we get to heal 6 hit points. We also need to expend one of these blood surge points. And I will just use preparation and get a blood offering card. Now the more you use these blood offering cards, they will level up, and you will be allowed to spend more hit points for a higher amount of blood surge, because when these cards here upgrade, their alternative cost, more likely their additional cost, also increases. Another interesting card is the Blood Sacrifice, which will give us the Vigor Mortis card as long as this Blood Sacrifice echoes. Optimally, you don't want it to echo on you, because in the next node, here for example is a grimoire, and we won't be using this Vigor Mortis to drain hit points, we'll just be losing for nothing. And if here for example is an undead, then you won't be able to drain hit points either. And the major strength of this Vigor Mortis card is when they come into play, you get a drain 6 synergy, which you can use with your weapon for example. And they also have a drain 2 ability, which can inherit additional synergies, like so. So now this will dispel, we won't get a Vigor Mortis, but we won't lose anything either. And I will be getting the Shard of Darkness, which has a blood tribute, this blood funnel card here. Another thing you can do to replenish your hit points, because they will be getting drained fast, you need to multicast your drain synergies as much as possible. Let's see how. So now I will be putting on my Strife this drain 4, and the first 3 targets will you will drain from each 4 hit points, and you will also deal 4 to 9 damage to a random enemy 3 times. That's how. You can read the log here to see what happened. It's even better if you enable the verbose mode. And let's use a dark fire to finish the last pickpocket. As we said, undead is the biggest obstacle you might encounter, so having allies can prove useful, and healing consumables also. As well as an alternative weapon, actually. Okay, so let's remove the healing ointment, the elixir of tenacity, and close this pop-up here. Shuffle backpack, use the XP potion. Let's continue. We'll buy the rations and continue. Preparation, blood offering. I will get some more, so these actions here get the extra bonus. I will use a blood sacrifice here. Expend 1 dark fire on this one. That was also drained hit points. And we can also summon the Vigor Mortis. Use his right click ability, summon the Chaos Blade, add a chaotic damage here. I think continue. Now that's not optimal, but it's okay at this point.
Level up.
Got a level. And you can either go towards the dark magic path to increase your intellect and increase your hand size in the process. You can also get more hit points by investing in tough and tenacious. You can improve your alternative sources of damage, fire and air, as the blood magic spells can split in them as well by investing in heightened intellect, and in fact I will be getting it. Continue. Also, once we reach 19 intellect, we'll be getting a 6th card here, which will be very helpful. Let's use the Vigor Mortis on this one. Don't need this. We'll add our drain here in our strive, back to full hit points. Let's resist our dark damage. That's what's happening. And actually Captain Clayton is the worst opponent you can possibly get as a Blood Mage. But at least we have this guy here to drain some hit points from. Anyway, I will still I'll still do Strife. And that was really unfortunate because everything hit the Novice Necromancer. And leave it this way, you don't want Captain Clayton to shield up. I will use this to get both Blood Offering and Synergy damage. Add it to my Bloodstone Orb. Not very good. Get the Healing Ointment and the Elixir of Tenacity. And actually, I will use my bomb on him. No, we can't benefit from any of these. Let's continue. Optimally, you should be using your drains into cards that normally don't have drain. We also got the bonus effect. Let's get Hero's Blade. Even the song speaks about our rigor mortis. Let's continue. Might be using that. You can keep the assault going. This is the best artifact I could have hoped for. I will remove the healing ointment now. Equip the Sunstone token. So let's do preparation. Bloodstone orb. We'll use the dark fire here. She has dark resistance. Put her back. Let's deal with him first. Now I can only have 3 allies, so summoning this one will make the first ally here disappear. And also use this. Now the key to surviving as a Blood Mage is to not take any chances. You not only have to worry about your enemies, you also have to worry about yourself, because you are the primal damage dealing source to yourself. So always make sure you have useful trinkets, useful consumables and stuff like that, so you can use them in time of need. So next time we'll be in town, we should be getting some supplies, and we should also be getting some allies. Let's put this one here. I didn't have enough blood cells. And let's continue. Blood offering. We can use the bloodlust on here. Just attack. I don't want to bring him below half so he won't shield up. Let's use the right click ability. Could have targeted someone else, but we could still deal with the skeleton in our rock base. Body over mind. Let's use the bloodstone orb here. This will also give us some nice drain.
Level up.
Got a level. And I will follow with the dark magic training. And this 19 intellect here now gives us hand size of 6, which will be really useful to have. And I also get, actually I will wait so I can get the Nasus water. Continue. So now we get to draw 6 cards. Orpheus is weak to dark. That's good. Okay, so first I will play the Chaos Blade. Add this chaotic synergy into the Bloodstone orb. Next, play the Strife, so it can have the Drain synergy. Yes, that will be good. I will discard the Bloodlust. Play a Vigor Mortis here. Now my Vigor Mortis is cost 3 blood cells, so I need to be careful. And add this drain effect to my chaotic blade. Get preparation, play preparation, shuffle deck, backpack, another one Vigor Mortis. And now Orpheus is forced to heal, the Dwarf Bodyguard is forced to shield. And as long as we don't take damage from our enemies, we are good to go. I will sacrifice a Vigor Mortis. Let's continue. Okay, so now we could add some cards from our race, and you should, because this isn't a Blood Mage character, this is a Demon Blood Mage character, and you should be taking advantage of what both your race and class can do. So I will be adding one of these cards, and the reason is I don't want them to overshadow, as we already have seen, Demon gameplay. I want to show you more of a Blood Mage gameplay, even though I advise against using just cards from your class. Now I should have explicitly targeted him. Vigor Mortis will now be following us around, causing us to lose health. Get Infernal Strength. So these guys here cannot be trained. This is another example why blood sacrifice shouldn't be pointed at your character. I have these Vigor Mortises that can only deal 0 to 3 damage. That's because they resist to dark. Let's use the Bloodletting and play Strive. Strive is still a dark card, but it has a potential of dealing much more. They all got normal dark damage and chaotic dark damage. Let's use this ability as well. I will keep this Strive. I will play the Hunting Dog, let his guard card mutate, discard the Vigor Mortis, and switch equipment to the longbow. So my play here is to play Get Them and then Strive. Do preparation. Play Dark Fire, which is dark and fire damage. Now it might be obvious, but I will mention it anyway. When you split damage and for example you deal half dark and half dark damage, then half of this damage will be resisted because this enemy has dark resistance, and the other half of the damage will also get resisted because this enemy has dark resistance. So they will end up resisting 4 dark damage out of your split dark damage. But if they had vulnerability, they will be taking 4 additional damage if that was a -2 dark, for example. I'm not sure if you understand what I just said, but if you didn't, ask me and I will explain it better. Let's do preparation. So our Dark Fire deals 2 damage only. We rolled 6, 3 dark and 3 fire. They resisted to dark and they resisted to fire, so they suffered only 2 dark plus fire damage. That might explain it better. Let's see if we have something for them. We might need our healing supplies. So none of them now gets retribution. I've been flanked. Let's use bloodletting and strive. Let's use a dark fire and our bow. Not hurt. You can inflict contact on undead, and you should actually. So you can benefit from them and convert them into infernal servants. Let's open the chest. I will get the infernal blade and the jade. Actually, I will get the elixir of vitality. It would be more expensive to buy an elixir of vitality than what we will be getting by selling jade. Let's continue to the town. As I said, in town you would be buying elixirs of vitality, you would be buying bombs and stuff like that, but since we have already these 3 healing solutions to our deck, we can just I will sell this. I have now this. Okay, actually this goes in. So equip the infernal stuff, and now we can get to sell. I will sell the actually I won't sell them, I will keep them unless I find an ally I want and I can afford if I sell them. Like Koku, for example, which has this amazing Koku sees you reaction card and removes concealments and incorporeal from enemies. Can also advance to a larger oak later on. Infernal Warrior is also very nice to have. And overall, many good options here. Chaos Hammer as well. But I don't really want to sell these weapons, so we have some different damage types access kind of thing. Get a sword back. I'll also add this to my stash. Now, incubate is more useful if you can actually target an ally that's not exhausted, so you can benefit from this teamwork synergy. And you get to choose either Magicking or Erenese. It doesn't specifically need to target your incubator. You can incubate targeting any ally. That's the cool thing about being a demon. Now that we bolstered our dark damage, we can use this on here and incubate our egg for a Magicking. Discard this. Infernal Staff, discard this. Preparation. Bring one Vigor Mortis. Let's finish with this one. I don't want to lose any of this, so I don't mind here healing or using defensive stance. Let's continue. Okay, undead. We can can safely sacrifice this one. This one. The remove of enslavement here. We can't benefit from malediction. So let's sacrifice this one for a chaos blade. And my turn. That's always nice to have. That's not the offhand, that's the main. Always good to have too. And Rogue is a lesser demon, which means we can use our bomb on him if things go badly. Now I didn't really care about the Vigor Mortis, but I didn't have any way of accessing Darkfire and Bloodlust. I have the preparation, but I want to use the small one.
Level up.
Now Roroki's first move won't be to attack, but to flank. This gives us an additional round. Again, I need to access my blood sacrifice cards. We have 3 blood shards, so let's do Dark Ray, Dark Fire. $21 down. Plus, hopefully the bomb we have here will be enough to do the trick. No, it's not. Shielding for 35 is very, very bad. He also has slashing resistance now. That's even worse. And we get the Hellspawn. Let's see something. So Roroki deals dark damage, and it would be really beneficial to have this resistance and save too. but I don't want to decide my character's future based on one boss. Let's do our best to defeat him with what we can have in hand.
Oh no.
It's not enough either. Discard those guys. Now the key is not to kill him. Not to drop his shield, I mean if you can't kill him. He also has concealment. Naoko would have been useful if we had him. Let's incubate on the dog. That was close. And we can happily move on. Now we can decide the future of our character with clearer mind. And let's check if our skills have unlocked anything interesting. We haven't. So Mark of Cain would be really useful if you had plenty of cards that deal envy, pride and greed. And also dark magic expertise, because of course you rely on dark damage, but we'll be starting with apprentice summoner, and we'll also getting tenacious. I will save my points. We'll either go for willpower. Can also get tough now. I can safely discard those. Strife. Oh, Bewitched didn't work, so no point to move him from. Let's kill this. card. We'll use the large preparation. I need 4 blood shards, I have 3. So let's use one more. Finish off with a Chaos Blade. Now we can have 4 allies, and I will incubate him for a Mazikin card.
I shall feast on your soul.
Let's study the Dust Grimoire. Infernal Pact is a great card. If the enemy dies, it will give us a cultist, but since it's a inflicting contract, it will also give us an infernal servant. And if the enemy also has 3 contract counters, we'll get to draw cards. Deals 4 intense damage, so it's a win-win situation to have this card around. More undead. Let's boost our dark damage. Add the chaotic synergy to the mix. We can control up to 4 allies. Let's separate those. Okay, bye bye undead. Let's loitering won't help, renting a room won't help much, but I can get some provisions. Maybe sell something. I think I will be selling the infernal blades, won't be using them. I'm quite happy with my infernal stuff. I'll get his bomb, this bomb. Play the infernal stuff. We lost the reaction. We lost bloodletting, it was a reaction. We need 4 blood shards. Let's use one more. Strife. What is it here? And end of turn. Let's continue. Soul jars can only be used in demons, like Mazikin, like me, but not on Vigor Mortis or on Chaos Blades. front. Make one more Chaos Blade. Move to the front. An incubator with the incubate card. Infernal Staff, Rune of Enslavement. Get one more incubate card.
Oh no.
Let's incubate this one into a Magic.
I shall feast on your soul.
Let's incubate, let's attack with our Magic. I can incubate and still deal the chaotic synergy, because chaotic will be added into this incubate card here, and it will say deal 7 to 14 dark damage to a random enemy. I'll get another Magic.
I shall feast on your soul.
Let's try to do the killing blow with the dog. We don't want the lizard to survive. Attack with my Magicins. Continue. Continue. Another soul tank. I'll discard this. We have 3 blood shards. We don't need this card. Can use both. I'll use the chaotic bonus. Soldier. Statement. And the bonus Infernal Servant from the contact. Now Infernal Blast is a great card to deal with undead. Will certainly be taking it to my deck. Let's get a Malediction. The Infernal Staff. Strife. Now the Infernal Pact deals 4 intense damage. Let's see. He went to 5 as well. Okay, so we'll get Infernal Pact. Became an Infernal Servant and a Cultist, and we can't control more than 4, so we unsummoned a Chaos Blade. Now the Cultist has this Demon Worship card, which can boost an ally's power, but reduce their health and also give us bonus to our next summoning. We can't use it really, so I will just continue. We can use it only for the power boost, that is. So let's use it for the power boost. Just attack, nothing much. Discard all these, they are all undead. And I will keep these because we are going to need them. Let the dog's card mutate. Unfortunately, she hexed us. We can play Incubator. Let's use the specials. I will incubate the dog.
I shall feast on your soul.
Strife, Shard, Soul Tank on me.
Oh no.
Reinforcements arrive. Let's use the Infernal Staff and the Infernal Blast. Use one of these. And the boss is Tomal. He has both dark and slashing resistance. Let's add some damage synergy into our Infernal Staff. Play the Chaos Blade, Strike, attack. Get the Incubate. So the worst thing that can happen is Tomal to activate his counter attack, and he will do that if he was above half. He would do that after the flanking he would be using instead of the defensive stance. But since he is hurt, we can try to go for the kill. Let's incubate this one into a Mazikin.
I shall feast on your soul.
Use that.
Level up.
I'll get an incubate. We are good to go. I will discard this. And we have several interesting options. We can get corrupt, we can get possess, we can get blocked spike, and let's take a moment to reevaluate our whole deck. I'm doing it like this because I want to retain my stash cards. I will start by adding cards from the stash. So I will add the Infernal Blast, the Infernal Pact, the Infernal Strength, Mind over Body, Soul Tank, Shard, and that's it. I will boost my willpower, get a new perk. Let's wait on that. Okay, so I will be getting Blood Spike and the spellbook. And you can use Open Wounds and Mirror Wounds to inflict bleeding on enemies. I will take the Blood Spiral, Dark Fire, Bloodletting, Corrupt, Chaos Blade, and Strife. And now we can actually cut back a few cards if you want. Those that let you lose health in particular. Perhaps a Strife as well. And let's continue. Okay, Feeble Mind means that we get to discard our hand. I will use the Corrupt. One of these. Infernal Strength. And the way Blood Spikes work is that you get to sacrifice 4 hit points to deal 8 dark damage, and if the enemy dies, then you blood tribute a blood funnel, which includes this synergy drain. Otherwise, you get the synergy drain. Let's get the synergy drain and add it into our strife. Get this guy below 8 so you can see how the blood spear works. We got 4 damage for the sacrifice, we dealt 8. Blood funnel dealt additional damage because it has the drain synergy. Let's do a preparation. Dark fire. I will give the blood spiral. Let's use the infernal stuff first. Let's do strife, see what's left. Corrupt. Corrupt. Continue. Okay, this one is the most dangerous, and then this one because of their summoning ability. Let's attack with these guys here. Because I will be using the infernal blast. That might have killed someone, did it? Let's use infernal staff, infernal strength. Subtle backpack. Preparation. The big one. Okay, bloodletting. I will first use this one here. This can give Chaos Blade, Corrupt. This won't work. I already shuffled. That's lots of vulnerability. So let's bring in a Frost Bomb. Freeze this one so he won't harm our player. And he dies also from Frost because he only had 2 hit points, and Shield can't protect from dodge. Okay, let's continue and visit the town. Visit my stash. So now we can get Oku, or we can get Noki if we can find him cheaper. Noki gives access to some interesting cards that all are useful against undead or reanimate undead, so on. Let's try one more. There is also Zoriel, but he too is expensive. He gives access to Warlock cards. There is Sloth with a Sloth ability. It's 3 o'clock. So quiz 510. I will just leave town. Let's start the Chaos Blade turns. Well packed. So we are empowered, and the reason we are empowered is because of the Altist. And this energy and power went into the soul tank we used. Didn't pay much attention on that happening, so I wanted to investigate. And let's continue. Spellbound Lycan, he has the hybrid form ability, so if he survives our offensive and go below a certain point, he will transform into his hybrid form. And Order Seeker is also dangerous. So he would transform. Let's Infernal Staff, Infernal Strength, Infernal Blast. And she will die from the bleeding. Continue. We have Frost. Let's use our buff cards first. Follow up with a Chaos Blade and now Corrupt. Let's see where the dice will land. So we have healing supplies. Once we can fetch, we also have some bombs. Strife. Use Infernal Phantom here and Corrupt. And continue. Okay, so final stage. Let's see how far we can go. Let's play the Soul Tank. We might gonna need it, and Strive.
Level up.
Okay, let's continue. Use Blood Spike. The second one will give us also the Blood Funnel, and will also target this one. And these are useless without the preparation card. Let's fetch one. Okay. Let's use the ranged card against her. In order to do that, I will do a small preparation. And also attack her with my ally. Actually, if she's dead, she can't retaliate. Let's leave this creepy place behind. And right clicking targets the first enemy. Let's also get the synergy to add to our corrupt. Already deals chaotic damage. This is Death Knight, he's undead as well. Let's get the soul tank. Maledictions are not useful. Neither is vulnerable. Add the synergy to our stuff. Get the preparation. Sanguine extract and preserved blood. Strife. Unfortunately, he needs 3 blood shards. Infernal stuff. Let's say we play Sanguine extract, preserved blood. Get the bomb and the elixir. Control Blood allows you to control a non-undead with power of 4 or less. Not much, but at this point not very helpful. This is it. Once we reach this boss, we are done with this run. Continue. This drive. Infernal Pact, use the Empower. Let's make this one. Empowered bonus. And we got plenty of cards when we reached level 6. We didn't get any perks. I will though, because we might need them. We'll also adjusting my deck for the final encounter slightly. Adding this card as well. And the Adept Spellbook. And I will get the Blood Harvester. Along with the Inhuman Strength. Can also boost our resilience a bit. Doesn't matter, we're almost in the ending line. Let's see. We don't have a Vigor Mortis to target. They all target a Vigor Mortis. Let's discard this one. Accessed. Continue. Normally you would be picking this, but you know, end of the run. After our usual adversary, the Infernal Dragon. I would have preferred the Ocasti, but and that's it. Alchemist bombs to the rescue. And the Blood Mage run successfully completed with the help of our demonic side. And that's plenty of tokens to unlock the runecasting class, which we'll be playing next time. I hope you enjoyed this run, guys. I will be seeing you next time.